All right, welcome. We are so excited that you guys are here for our official launch of Ignite-ify, which is our platform. It's built to help nonprofits, public health teams, municipalities, and community organizations create real, lasting change, especially in rural communities where resources are limited. So before we dive in, I do want to introduce the voices behind today's launch so that you know everyone that's going to be sharing with you today as well. So my name is Laura Hanson. I'm the Director of Sales and Innovation here at Ignite-ify, as well as Creating Community Consulting. I'll be leading you through today's session and walking you through how our tools can transform the way you approach community change. My background is in entrepreneurship and scalable digital systems that empower people to simplify their success. You're also going to hear from Karen, who is the co-owner of Creating Community Consulting and Ignite-ify. Karen's a nationally recognized community change expert who has served rural communities in transforming public health, economic development, and family support systems to achieve incredible outcomes. You're also going to hear from Megan. Megan is the co-owner of Creating Community Consulting and Ignite-ify. Megan brings more than a decade of leadership in community coalition building and rural transformation with a focus on results-based accountability and sustainable frameworks. So without further ado, I am going to share my screen so that we can get started. And here we go. All right, I better move this down so that I can see. Oops, let me move this down just a smidgen so I can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to make me smaller. There we go. All right, so Ignite-ify, it's our motto here is to ignite your passion, fuel your mission, and help you yield more results, okay? So welcome, welcome. If you want to find the comment section here and let us know where you're joining us from and what organization you're with, we'd love to say hello to you as well. And what you're going to gain today. So here's what you'll gain from this engaging 45-minute session, maybe 30, 45-minute session. You're going to discover how the Ignite marketing platform effortlessly creates impactful pages, events, donation funnels, and engaging social media content. So we're actually going to have a live demo. I'm going to physically show you that today, which is going to be fun. You're also going to learn how our AI powered grant accelerator can simplify and accelerate your funding efforts, as well as leveraging decades from our experts, which is really cool. So you're going to get a live demo from that as well. And you're going to learn about our comprehensive coaching, powerful toolkits, and the full circle support system designed to turn your ideas into real impact, which is going to be super fun. Plus, do not leave us early because we are also going to share with you how you can get free access to our community experts and actually schedule a resourceful call where you'll actually be able to get on a call with one of our experts and be able to further elevate your mission, because that's really what we want to do for you is we want to help serve you as best as we are able. So let's start by talking about Ignite-ify and what it actually is. So what is Ignite-ify? And how is it going to help you and your mission with your organization? So, Ignite-ify is not just a tool. I think people are like, what exactly is that? This isn't a complete ecosystem, is the way that we look at this, right? Designed to help rural and mission-driven communities lead real, measurable transformation in health and well-being. So we know challenges that you guys have when it comes to trying to execute your missions. There's low capacity, maybe unclear strategies, limited access to funding, and so Ignite-ify was built to solve those pain points with a full circle approach, which includes our Ignite-ify marketing platform. So this is an all-in-one system to help you launch your message and mobilize your mission. So without tech overwhelm. So feel free to raise your hand if you've had tech overwhelm, because we can relate. We've been there, done that, which is why we created this platform. It helps create web pages, event pages, donation funnels, and generate 60 days of community social content and so much more. I'm really excited for you to see the demo today of our Ignite-ify platform. And if you guys have not heard the buzz, because we have been sharing this for a couple months now, our grant accelerator is also in the ecosystem of Ignite-ify. So this is our signature system that we designed to help rural organizations secure funding with clarity, confidence, and a competitive edge, right? So it includes AI grant writing tools, so assisting you, not writing your grant for you, because we know that's not right, but we want to make you a better grant writer. It is going to give you a grant readiness assessment, and it's a live community of practice offering real-time guidance and ongoing support through our lunch and learn events that we have every single month. So what makes our grant accelerator truly powerful is that it is backed by 50 years of real world grant writing experience. So we've taken all of our experience from our team and took all of their best grants to train the grant writer. So it's exclusively on successful proposals. So you're not learning theory, you're learning what really works, okay? We know grant funding is tight right now, right? We've all seen that in the media, we've all seen that across what's happening right now. And it's even more challenging for rural communities that can't afford to hire a full-time grant expert, right? So that's why we built this, to give you the best possible chance to secure funding, to help you stand out with funders and your proposal so it is the best of the best, and to help you give you access to a community of experts to walk alongside you so you don't have to feel like you're doing it alone. So that is our grant accelerator that is also part of our Ignite-ify ecosystem. The next thing is our dream framework. I could have went in and probably did 13 slides on how impactful this dream framework is, but to summarize how impactful this dream framework is, and this is why you want to grab your free strategy call, because our experts will be able to go through this with you. But it's our proven step-by-step process that transforms communities in an easy step-by-step process to help you simplify your strategy, helps you engage your community. It provides activities and tools and helps you move from planning to measurable results in a shorter period of time, because you're not fumbling, you're not doing it alone. Instead, you're doing it in a very strategic way, which is our dream framework. So that is also part of our Ignite-ify ecosystem. And not only that, but we also have our expert support and mentorship. So we don't just hand you tools and hope you use them. Our consultants and community transformation experts actually provide coaching, strategy, and support so you can build real momentum. There are pillars that Ignite-ify encompasses to ensure full circle success in improving community health and well-being in rural communities. So now that you've kind of got the overview of what the ecosystem is, of what Ignite-ify is, between our marketing assets, our AI grant writing tools, our dream framework, and party balloons, because there goes my party balloons. I somehow make all of these cool things happen on my screen. um, we also give you that expert coaching and mentorship as well. So now that you know what tools we offer, let's talk about the problems that we're helping you solve. I'm going to pass the mic over to Karen if you want to unmute yourself and share with us the problems that we often see.
Absolutely. Yes, I am Karen, and I'm excited to share with you today. I've lived in rural community my whole life, and I've learned from making my own mistakes and what doesn't work, and navigating through challenges, which happen every single day, right? And so, but I'm going to share with you, like, what are those core challenges? Like, what is the big problem that we're trying to solve here? And really, it's how do you improve community well-being when you're already stretched thin? This is a problem that every single community faces. We all want everybody to be well. We want everything to come together to create a community of well-being. But so many times we don't have the staff, and there's just not funding there. Because these things oftentimes are not funded, right? You don't have a community well-being officer. Many times people don't know where to start. Maybe you want to improve community well-being, but you're not sure how to do it. Also, maybe you have an idea of where to start, but you don't have a roadmap, right? Maybe you're also not thinking about how do you measure change? Like, how do you actually drive a data statistic, right? And what does that look like? And so the processes that we've done historically are very manual. They take so much time. A lot of the work is based on relationships. And so it takes so much time and energy and funding and staff and people, and also that ability to understand where to start. What we know about communities is it's that they don't lack the passion to do this work. It's that they don't have access to the tools, the funds, the strategy, and a support system. More than anything, you can't do this work alone. It takes a team of people. And so having a good support system is such a critical piece. And so here is where we're going to break it down further into 3 main roadblocks that make up these issues. So number 1, what we mentioned, limited capacity. This work is often an add-on to existing jobs or is led by volunteers. And our volunteers often don't have the time or the structure to do long-term success. And so what happens oftentimes is we see that burnout, right? And it's really common. It happens to everybody. It happens to me. And so it's just something that we really struggle with, right? The next thing is that we don't have a clear strategy or tools. Many communities rely on like leveraging sources like big frameworks such as MAP or other things. And you can find these 100, 200 page toolkits, which are great and they're amazing. And in a perfect world, you would use them. And because this is an add-on role where we're using volunteers, it is so difficult to be able to implement those things. And so we're really relying on people and opportunities, and people don't have the strategy or tool set because they're volunteers or add-on roles. Next, they lack funding access. Rural communities primarily rely on grants to really launch initiatives and do outside of the box things many times. And so grants are competitive. They're getting more competitive every day. And without being ready for grants and ensuring you have a strong organization and without knowing how to create a strong proposal, rural communities are left out. And so it's hard to be competitive and you're not a professional grant writer when you don't have those skills and when you don't have the money to pay for one. And so let's be honest, right? Most communities have really passionate people, but they lack the capacity, they lack the tools that can lead them to success. And so we see this all the time. Some of the other things that we see are really that a lot of our initiatives are reacting to a symptom instead of addressing a root cause. We're really good at seeing a problem happen and like responding to that initial thing without thinking about like what's really causing it in the first place. What is that underlying issue? And so when we react to symptoms, we don't ever actually solve the problem. And so that's something we see a lot. We also jump into action without a clear plan. I've been guilty of this. I can admit that 100%. And the older I get and the more that I've done this work, I know that I need to have a clear plan. I need to at least be able to see what is the objective, what are the outcomes, and be able to work towards a clear goal. We also launch social media or flyers without knowing how to truly leverage social media or do long-term follow-up. And how do we measure change, right? And how do we measure the impact of that? A lot of times we're hiring people to do work who really don't understand community transformation work. Again, not because we don't want to hire good people, but the funding isn't there. And also there's not many people that are trained in community transformation. And so much of the time, one of the underlying factors is we're trying to do all this manually and we don't have a consistent system to help us do it consistently and reliably and confidently. So the combination of all of these things leads to heavy burnout. It leads to not achieving results and a lack of long-term sustainability. So what is missing? What is the piece that we're trying to solve, right? We are providing you with a strategic, tool-supported, community-driven ecosystem that is affordable and accessible for communities. This is where Ignite-ify comes in, and it's going to stand out. And so now we're going to talk about why Ignite-ify actually works and what makes it different than the current solutions that are out there. So I'm going to turn it over to Laura to keep moving forward.
Awesome. Thank you, Karen. We are learning so much, right? So our solution, you guys, so that you don't have that burnout, because we know that can happen to all of you as community leaders, is our solution is to really help you with Ignite-ify. We've designed this to help you build momentum without burning out, because it's built with people who have done the work before. So we combined training anyone who can access, or training, it's training anyone can access, and it's affordable, right? There's toolkits and AI tools to save you time and energy, a step-by-step framework that simplifies the path to impact, and there's ongoing coaching and community support, which is essential to make you feel like you're not doing this alone and to be able to get those questions answered. Our tools are specifically designed to help rural teams engage more community members, tell stronger stories, apply for and secure funding, and build momentum without burnout, right? So, who's behind this and what makes us credible? Why should you trust us, right? Let's have Megan cover that, because we have some pretty cool statistics here to share with you.
Yeah, Karen and I are just so proud of the team that we've built with creating community consulting and Ignite-ify. We have a fairly diverse team of extensive experience. And so on our team, we have folks with higher degrees, master level degrees in public health, community development, and business administration. Karen and I are both certified trainers with the National Family Strengthening and Support Network in the quality standards, as well as results-based accountability trained professionals. We have been able to take these models and really test out the adaptations that work better in community. As a team, we have 50 plus years of grant writing experience with an amazing success rate of over 50%. Really, in the last 3 years that we've been running with our consulting level services, we've secured almost $6 million for the communities we've worked with. And again, we have the proven case studies throughout greater Minnesota, and especially in Frazee, where Karen and some of our team members have been doing extensive work really around youth well-being as an economic and community development driver, and really have seen an immense increase in community well-being, especially in youth mental health, reduction of substance use and other risky behaviors, and growth of entrepreneurs and business leaders within this past 5 years. The other thing that we are so excited about, everything that we've included in the D.R.E.A.M framework, the marketing tools, the grant accelerator, comes from our work in the field, our work with clients and serving communities. Of our consulting clients, we have 100% satisfaction rate. And of our trainees that have gone through our various trainings, whether that's in person or virtual, we have an over 90% of those trainees reporting increased skills, capacity, and confidence in utilizing those tools within communities. And so now the part you've been probably waiting for, let's show you what Ignite-ify can do in real time. And so, Laura, are you wanting me to do the grant accelerator first?
I can walk through and let me stop my screen share here. I'm going to switch over to
Okay.
a different screen share. So
Perfect.
I will do this. Perfect. And then let me share my screen here with you guys. I want to share with you. So this is our Ignite-ify marketing platform. So I'm going to share with you how you can utilize this, how this may be of an asset to you, and what you can do. So this is our Ignite platform, which is our marketing platform. So you can actually build products in here. You can build website or pages. So think if you have like an upcoming event, or if you have different things going on, you can actually create pages inside of here that will be written for you, designed for you, so you don't have to hire expensive website designers. That's what I'm going to show you how to do that today. And I'm also going to show you the marketing assets that are also included when you're utilizing this. So if I choose this middle one right here, it says create my offer pack, go to the web page builder. I'm going to choose that. And then I had already started playing with this and said that I was going to create a website. I wanted to create a web page and I wanted to create an offer. So I was going to create do program details here. Let me refresh this. So I actually started doing an event. So say we are doing an Art in the Park Family Fun Day on July 11th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm going to show you how this works. Okay. Then I'm going to choose a couple images. Let me just find some art images that I quickly added here. And then I'm going to choose another image here, second Art in the Park image. So those are just images that I had saved. Say you have art in the parks that you've done before. Then I can go save and make my page. Now, while it's working its magic, I want you to think of the capabilities for this. So if you've ever had an event, or maybe you're like, we have basket weaving coming up that we want to offer to the community, and it's $25 a person, right? That you're going to do to bring community together, whatever it might be. You can actually have charge $25 on here, and it'll go directly into your organization Stripe account, which is so nice. Maybe you're having an upcoming donor event, or you want to do something like when they have public donation days or whatever. You can actually like Giving Hearts Day, for example. Maybe you want to create a quick page. You'd be able to actually come on here and create a page like that. So for example, this is Art in the Park Family Fun Day on July 11th from 10 to 2. That's all I wrote in here. And then this says right now digital products. So what I do on this drop down is I go to and created I could create a live event, a community event. I can make it a webinar if I was going to talk to people about this. Maybe I'm trying to get volunteers together. But right now I want to make this a live event. So then what's going to happen is it's going to actually allow me to put the information in so that it will self-populate and write the page for me, which is so nice. So this is just going to give you marketing assets and the ability to be able to customize this to a variety of events that you might be having. So here's discover art details. So let me just rename this Art in the Park Family Fun Day. And then I'm going to say this is July 11th, and I'm going to say it's from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., but I'm not going to do the ending date. And then this says it's online. So I'm going to switch this to local. And I'm just going to say that this is at Main Street, and I'm going to say it's in Frazee. And then you could put a calendar link in here too, which is really nice. So they can like add it directly to their calendar. And then I put save my event details. Look at this. It wrote the page for me. So if you were having an event, it would literally create beautiful art in the park. You can change these images really quick if you want to make them smaller or bigger. And then you scroll down, it's effortless art creation, instant confidence boost, family fun activity day, discover our creative spirit at our art workshop. Now say I want to create an image here, put an image here. I can go to the AI image generator and say, realistic picture of families doing art in the park. And then I have AI generate an image for me. So you literally can have it like make your page for you in minutes, not months, and not cost you millions of dollars, which sometimes it feels like it does when you're trying to hire an expert. And then you go back and forth, trying to get it perfected, right? And it takes weeks and weeks and months to get accomplished. Not anymore because of this incredible software. So we can take this, say, this looks great. It actually instantly uploads it to the website. But say I'm like, I want to make this smaller and I want to make it, you can so easily edit this stuff, which is so cool. So say I just want to adjust this however I want to make it. I can do that. They really make it so simple for you to be able to make adjustments and changes on here, which is really fun. Then it says Art in the Park Family Fun Day. Here's the date, here's the time, and then it's a local event. And then I can edit this. I can say the Art in the Park is starting soon, or volunteers wanted. I could even have this as a volunteer page. Volunteers needed, and have this as a page for them. And then they can register to be a volunteer, access to our volunteer page. And then they can literally put their name, email, and phone number in, and then you can give them additional details. You can add in frequently asked questions if you want. If there's something in here that you don't like you're like, we don't need FAQs in here, all you do is hit the little hide section and it's gone. Or if you want to add a new section and you're like, we want to add a video about art in the park, or we want to add a new hero section that's like this about art in the park. You could do that. So you could add different sections. You can really customize it. You can keep it as simple as you want, or you can get it as customized as you want, which is really nice as well. So then you'll see the image up here, which is really cool. Oops, did I not add it? There we go here. So then I also want to show you one more thing. If you're in this section and you're like, I'd like to change this just a little bit, you can hit refresh. And this will literally redesign the website for you in like real time. And then if you're like, let's change the colors, you can choose whatever your branding colors are for your company. Like say you want to change it to these colors here, you can say look good, looks good. And then it will edit the colors for you. And then you can choose up here, like we want to have it green accented, orange, pink, yellow. It's literally instantly done for you, which is so cool. So you can also make this a free event. You see here, it's a free event. It could be $7.99. You can put this in, say maybe it's a $25 event. Then now it's click here and join us for $25. And then that money is instantly, it's like a one-click thing to connect your Stripe accounts and it's instantly in there, which is so cool. I will tell you, we are going to continue to do demos week after week after week to show you different features inside of here, because there's a lot of cool things that you can do inside of the marketing and assets. But I just wanted to be able to show you guys how this works. Here's the summary page. After they click or enter their information, it gives them a summary of what the information is that they're going to see. It reminds them about the Art in the Park Day, and it tells them more about what Art in the Park is. And so you can change any of these, change the images out. But I just wanted you to see how this works. Then you say looks good next. And it's going to change this image here so that you don't have to figure out what's my meta image, what's my pixels. You don't have to figure any of that out. It's literally done for you instantly. Okay. And so as you're sharing it, it's done for you. It's writing the email that's even going to be sent to them, like, congratulations, here's your access. You can change this. Here's the details of the event. So this is already done for you. Okay. And then you can say, publish my website and you can edit this. I do recommend editing this so that you can like maybe put some spaces in here. And then you can publish my website. I just want to show you how quickly this is done. Say, publish my website. Done. And then it's going to bring you over to our marketing tools, but I want to show you this site. I'm going to paste it over here so you can see this. Oops, did I press go? There we go. It's already live on the internet, like in 5 minutes, which is so cool. So it's literally live, done. You can go here, click to join us for $25, enter your information here, sign up to get started. It's going to bring you to that second page, but your page for Art in the Park is ready to go. You can collect money. You don't have to collect money. If you do collect money, it will automatically go to your account. But I love this. But here's the next thing I want to show you. I know I went through that fairly quickly because there's so much to show. But here's the thing I love the most about this is that you can come over here right after you have now entered that. It's going to open this marketing page for you. It says Art in the Park Family Fun Day, July 11th, 10 to 2 p.m. Arts, crafts. This is what I typed in here. Arts, crafts, games, and more. Okay. Then I can come down here and you can literally choose the marketing assets that you want it to help you with. So you can have it do social content, like create post ideas for you, 2 weeks of content, ad copy, Facebook posts. You can have it do interactive post ideas. You can have it do business things. Like if you're like, we need a 5-day launch or a 5-day challenge. This is so cool. I love this one. SEO keywords and strategies. So you know what what keywords you should be using on the internet to attract more people. That's a really cool one. Viral hooks and descriptions. And then this is the best. it will actually write your emails for you. So here's my favorite one. This is a 5-pack email or a 2-pack email. There's also these ones that say like happy selling or inspire and educate, which would be a fun one for this. So we can choose that. Say we want stories of overcoming and inspirational email maybe. And then we can come over here to products and programs, and it'll literally give you like a 2-week launch plan on how you should launch this Art in the Park event. You can get different scripts if you want to do videos. You can get video scripts. You can get lead magnet ideas. And it will literally give you a 3-minute video script, a 5-minute video script. It'll do all of this for you. And it's literally going to start writing this content for you. That's copy and paste. Use it where you need to. So I want to show you some of these that I already had to generate. So here's some interactive post ideas that you could use on social media that it created. So, would you rather spend a fun-filled day at Art in the Park Family Fun Day, July 12th from 10 to 2 p.m., enjoying arts, crafts, games, and more with your family? Fill in the blank. Join us this day for a family-filled creative Art in the Park Day. Don't miss out on all the blank activities. So it's literally writing posts for you. That's the interactive post idea. Here's social storytelling posts. These are so fun. You sat there on that same worn out couch, drowning in the endless seas of chores, toil, and trouble. Your thoughts racing. Is this all there is? Another same old day of the same old routine? It's time for a break. Picture this: the unmistakable scent of lush green grass under a clear blue sky. You hear the gleeful laughter of your children echoing through the park. It pierces the of the weekday mundane, the gut feeling, blah, 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 blah. It's so good. It's literally going to story tell for you. It writes the stories for you that you could use on social media if you wanted, or that's a great email too. But here's a cool one. Here's posting idea calendar. It'll tell you what to post for a week straight on each different platform. So Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, say LinkedIn, what you want to post, which is really cool. It's also here's inspirational emails. It literally gives you the subject line, the preview text, and it literally tells you how to start inviting people to the Art in the Park event, which is really fun. There's different it gives you series of emails here as well, which I didn't get those ones. They're still populating. So here's the launch of Art in the Park Day. And then I wanted to show you, here's viral hooks, which is cool. Here's your 2-week launch plan. So if you're going to launch Art in the Park, it's going to tell you what to do for 14 days straight. And this is really cool. There's a variety of different places inside. There's like 70 of these marketing packs in here. You can click on this and it's literally going to open inside of Canva for you. And you can edit these images to talk about your event and add your own images, which is super cool. So it gives you kind of pre-done little graphics, which is fun. So this is your 2-week launch plan. And here's SEO strategy keywords. So you know free family fun day in the park is the most searchable thing. And then it says, join us for a free family fun day in the park, July 11th from 10 to 2, featuring arts, crafts, games, and more. And so it tells you exactly what to say. So think about this. You could also do this with, you can do this with reoccurring events. So if you had this consistently quarterly, people could subscribe to do that, which is really fun. You can actually get video scripts here and it tells you exactly what to say in the video to promote it. So if you wanted to go live and you're like, but what am I going to say on the live? You can literally get like your different post ideas there as well. So I could literally talk to you for hours about this amazing marketing tools because I love this. And the more I play in it, the more I find I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this so much. So that is and every week we'll be going live to share with you more ways that you can use the marketing tools and assets inside of here. That is just one thing that's under the umbrella with Ignite-ify that we're currently wanted to share with you and have you have the ability to see how powerful that was. So now I would love for you guys to be able to have Megan show you a walkthrough of our AI grant writing, grant finder, and readiness tools, and so that you can see how all of that works. Yes. Take it away,
Yeah.
Megan.
Yeah. So I'm not going to get into all of it because there's so much, and that's what we're so excited for. Like Laura mentioned when she was going through this isn't going to write your grant for you. This is really meant to be a tool, a set of tools and trainings and templates for you to be more effective, efficient and confident in writing grants. And so just a couple quick things of what's included in this. One of our first pieces is actually a planning tool. This tool helps you interact with our AI powered tools to be really efficient and get the most out of it. So like Laura mentioned, our first tool is actually our organizational profile. And so I've actually gone here and I'm going to click on it quick in this so you can see what it looks like before I populated. But it is just truly a fill in the blank. You go through this to see, is your organization ready for applying for grants? If not, what are the things you need to get in place? And if you've ever had any issues with, say, past grant management or fiscal management, any concerns, you're able to address those in a way that's really going to help you stand out as a good applicant into the future. And so you can see here, it's just simple drop downs and fill in the blanks. Once you've filled in that information, it then provides you a readiness assessment and an organizational profile. This is really where Karen and I see most communities failing in their first endeavors into grant writing, not having everything squared away in a way that shows that you are a good investment. And truly, that's what grant applications are trying to uncover is this the best place for a funder to put their dollars to know that they're going to get that transformational change? So I'll go through this really quickly. It assesses things like legal structure, based on your organizational type. Do you have the structured pieces, the documentation you need to ensure that you have appropriate legal structure? The next is board readiness. This is huge when we're talking about nonprofits and collaborative applications, which honestly is what is getting funded right now. As things are getting more competitive, funders are wanting to see collaborations coming in together because no one agency can solely lead community development. No one agency can help youth overcome the barriers to good mental health and well-being, right? It takes a bunch of us coming together within community to really solve these complex issues. And so board readiness is critical. Financial management, this is huge. This is another space where a lot of folks are getting tripped up. What do you have in place that really shows you're able to receive these dollars, manage them, and report on them appropriately depending on your organization status? Audit status, this is especially important if you are a larger nonprofit or a government agency that is required to do an annual audit. And then the risk assessment. And so I just put in here, honestly, our sample. So as part of our toolkit, we provide you the questions ahead of time so you can use this as a planning tool. And then we provide an example of what we've put in. And so you can see we've put in a very simple mission, vision, values for a youth agency that I made up completely. This isn't a real one, although my folks in Moorhead would love to see this happen. You know, who are we serving? What kind of programs are we focused on? Why is this a specific need? And so on. Once you get through this, you actually get a document. I'm going to pull this up that goes through this evaluation. The nice thing with this is it tells you your status, and then it provides additional resources if you do need additional support. I'm going to scroll down a little bit farther. The next thing that it provides is a, oh, sorry, I scrolled too far. And so it goes through each of those statuses. The next tool in this is then our work plan. This is the absolutely most critical portion of this planning process. This is what all funders need to see, is that you're ready. Yep, that's your first tool, is you're ready to take on grants and you have the systems in place. But the work plan is, what are you going to do with that funding? And how is it going to create the community change that you're driving to see? And so in this, again, in my fictitious example of the youth center, it actually really pulled in A lot of information from a little prompting. Again, I put in that we were targeting youth in Moorhead, ages 13 to 17, specifically focused on at-risk youth who were maybe disconnected. I put that we were hoping to serve 100 youth from diverse backgrounds. And then it is pulling in the population for me. I didn't have to look up how many youth are in that age range in Moorhead. It did that for me. So it's saying we have about 600 or 6,000 youth about that age range. The other things that it's pulling in for me is the disparities. This is going to help me sell the case. With us in Moorhead experiencing 18% youth poverty compared to 9 at the state, now is a good time to invest in Moorhead. We need this support, right? This is going to help you really provide that urgency, which we know is critical in grants. The next thing that this is providing is a succinct goal statement. What are we doing? Why is this important? And that impact of the goal. What is this going to lead for the youth in our community? So I'm just going to scroll down a little bit further. You can see here, again, pulling in more specific data, the median household income, post-COVID data. This is huge too. Why now? With 30% of adolescents really feeling an increased rate of poor mental health or mental health concerns because of the impacts of COVID, right? This is huge. And that risky behaviors, we know that that's really important when we're looking at youth programming. Furthermore, then it gets into more of the disparities. So why is this important now in the community that we're serving and the target population? So again, I just put in brief statements of youth ages 13 to 17 from diverse backgrounds, single parent households that are at risk, from our new American Indigenous and LGBTQ populations. And it was able to pull in these specific data points for me without me having to go in. The other piece that's great about this is it provides you the link. So if you're like, oh, I need to know more about that data point, you're able to do that digging and really provide that context. The other piece that really is the secret sauce, I would say, of a successful grant application is that it is putting this into a work plan. It is helping you figure out a measure, who's responsible, what are the steps, resources, and budget. And this is based on your input of what actions are you going to take with this funding, who's responsible for what, and the resources you need. And it's helping to parse those together and fill in the blanks. With this tool, you have the option. I'm going to scroll down just a little bit. To interact with it, just like you would say ChatGPT. You can actually ask it to make additions and then create that document. And so let's just say you go through this and you're like, ooh, I want to really hone in specifically on the poverty rate, right? You can ask it to dig deeper. So this is really helping you, again, frame your idea into a solid work plan, knowing that you have a clear step-by-step of taking these dollars, what steps are going to be completed by who to create the change that you want to see in the community. The third tool that we have is our grant finder. This is something that we are still in beta testing, so it's not 100% where we want to see it, but it is really close for our clients in Minnesota. And we'll be adding states around our region and scaling out. What you do is you take that organizational profile and that work plan that you've gotten from the first two bots, you put those together and you put it into this and you tell it what you need. So I asked for 75,000. That was my fictitious number that I needed to scale up my youth programming. I said that we wanted it for general operations, program implementation, and personnel costs, staff, right? That's one of the most expensive parts of programming. And then I said that we were really ready for any level grant, but you can specify if you're really new to this to just those easy grant applications and get those targeted ones. And so you can see here, it's pulling in things like the Northwest Minnesota Foundation, Target, General Mills, Best Buy, US Bank. So these are some great Minnesota bank or Minnesota-based funders that are very passionate about youth. And you can see that, yep, and then it's got like Essentia and Sanford here too, right? Some of our big partners. I'm just going to scroll down here. Then you can see I asked it to retry and be more focused on Minnesota or Moorhead. So again, like ChatGPT or other AI, you can interact with the spot and have it re-pull information based on different pieces. So a lot of those up on the top front were more statewide. Some are more local, like Sanford, Essentia, but here again, it's pulling in Bush, but now we get West Central, which is a really good fit, right? That's a great option. Minnesota Community Foundations, some of the other ones that are still really good fits, and then Anderson Company. And so we are so excited. We are refreshing this. Shelly, who's on our team and on the call, has been helping us do some digging so that we can keep updating this. As we say in almost every call, this is the start. This isn't the end. We're so excited to keep revising these and keeping up. The thing that makes us different is that while we're building out these tools, these trainings, all of these resources, we are still doing the work within the community. We're not removed from it. So when we learn something in the field, we're making updates within Ignite-ify as well so that it stays relevant and useful and up to date to best serve communities.
Awesome. Thank you, Megan. I think one of the most common questions I hear, especially having started working with you guys, is where do I find grants, right? So I love that grant finder tool because it's like, I know where you can actually do that now, which is people absolutely love that. They're raving about it. And then once you find it, how am I going to write it, right? So now it's just been super popular, which is really fun. So we're excited that you guys have the opportunity to be able to experience that. That is just one other tool that's in our Ignite-ify platform. So I want to wrap this up for you guys because we told you 45 minutes to 60 minutes. So let's continue to roll on by here. We truly want to serve you. So I want to talk to you about this. Whether you're lacking time, strategy, or funding, we've literally built these tools, training, and support to help you engage your community, grow your visibility, and apply for and secure funding and build sustainable systems that improve well-being without burning out. So what we really want to encourage you to do now, my friends, is if you've been nodding along throughout these sessions, you're probably thinking, this sounds amazing, but where do I even get started? Or how do I know which of these tools is even right for me? Or tell me more about that dream framework because that sounds like something that I could really benefit for. So, or what's the next best step for me to move the needle in my community or in my organizations? We've got you. So here's what we want to offer you. We want to offer you for a limited time, a free expert strategy call session where our team will actually get on the phone with you, talk to you about your organization's, your major pain point, or what is actually holding you back from getting to the next level of success so that we can help you figure out what that is. And then we can share with you. So this isn't just a chat. This is going to be a high impact expert-led strategy session that normally costs around $250 if you booked it privately. But we're offering for a limited time for free to jump on a call with us because we believe in building real momentum for communities ready to make change. So when you get on the call, you're going to leave with a clear understanding of what's holding your organization back. You're going to get a custom action plan with the next steps that you need to implement right now to move the needle. We are going to give you recommendations on what Ignite-ify tools could accelerate your results, and you'll have a direct connection to experts who truly care about your mission as much as you do. So whether you need more funding, the visibility, the capacity, we truly want to help guide you towards those solutions that are tailored for you. That's why we created Ignite-ify. That's why we put this all under one umbrella so that we can truly help move the needle for you. Whether it's like, I'm just stuck on the marketing. We've got events. We don't know how to do that. We can help you, but we want to get on a call with you and truly hear your heart and what your mission and passion is so that we can truly serve you in the right capacity. So these calls are limited. It's because we really do want to go deep with each person. So we want to help you. We want you to get on there. When you go to ignite-ify.com, ignite-ify.com, just like it says on the screen there, you're going to click the link. You'll enter your name and information. You'll find our calendar link. You can choose a time that works best for you, and we will get on the phone with you. Our experts will, and actually strategize with you and help you get to the next level and take those next actionable steps. So if you're tired of trying to piece it all together by yourself and want a smarter, simpler way to make a bigger impact, the time to act is right now. So spots for with our experts are limited, and our team is ready to help you get unstuck and move on a path to real measurable success. So we want to thank you all so much for being here today. And we encourage you to get your call booked today. So whether you're watching this live or on the replay, we are excited that you are here. And it's Ignite, ignite-ify.com. And you'll be able to book your full session and be able to have an expert truly there to hear what your passions are and help you get to the next level. So thanks again for joining us. Have a beautiful and blessed day, everyone. Take care.